Hello everyone, this is Anna from Expat Realty, and today I'm here to talk to you about the city of Mafra. So for those of you who don't know, Expat Realty is a relocation and investment agency that helps expats move to Portugal in a lifestyle way. We work in all of continental Portugal, and our goal is to help you find the best location for your own personal lifestyle needs and budget in the whole of continental Portugal. We work with both rentals and budgets, and are a team fully of locals to help you understand the true market here in Portugal, as our goal is also to avoid inflating the prices and making sure our clients make a good purchase so they are happy with their money and the locals are happy by not getting their prices unneedly inflated. So going into today's city, which is Mafra. So Mafra is a city that is about 35 to 40 minutes drive from Lisbon. This will of course depend on the traffic. If you go on traffic time, it's probably going to be closer to 40 or 50. But if you go on low traffic hours, it's probably going to be 30-35 minutes. You have direct access by the A21 and A8 highways. And you also have its interior, but very close to the coast. And within the Mafra municipality is actually Ericeira. And Ericeira is one of the most popular towns in the Silver Coast, which I personally consider the coast, Atlantic coast above Lisbon. Between Lisbon and, let's say, Figueira da Foz, because the term Silver Coast is actually very widely used. But moving on, you have Ericeira within the Mafra municipality, and it only takes you between 10 and 20 minutes drive to get to Ericeira. So Mafra is a very nicely located area indeed. You also have easy access to Torres Vedras, but Torres Vedras is a much smaller town. So Mafra works well because it connects well with Lisbon, the coast, and it also gives you a nice, quiet life while still having the city benefits and the city proximity. So Mafra, when you go walk in Mafra, Mafra is a very pleasant city with a lot of open spaces. You've had a lot of relatively recent development. Mostly the old monuments you have there would be the Palace of Mafra and the big garden there, but then you also have lots of new apartment complexes, not like extremely high rises, but probably 7-8 floor high apartment complexes. And a few villa areas with very big houses. So Mafra provides you a very nice walkability, and it also has a lot of really nice green areas. You will have the garden from the Palace of Mafra, which is beautiful. And then you have also Complexo Desportivo de Mafra, in which you will have a multi-sport facility with a number of fields. You have running, you have football, you have tennis, you have a pool. You basically have a bit of all of the sports there in a very big and green open area, so it's a very, very pleasant location. You also have kind of a small industrial area, so you do really have kind of everything you need. You even have most of the services that you may need. A clinic recently opened from the Luz, Hospital de Luz, now has a clinic in Mafra, so it's a small private hospital. But of course you still have very good accesses to Lisbon either way. And you also have both private and public schools available. And of course public transportation to Lisbon if you need. And you have basically all of the supermarkets. You have Continental, Lidl, Intermarché. You have all of them over there. So you have everything you need for a daily basis here. You don't really need to go to Lisbon unless you want to get to somewhere particular. And it's also a fairly active town when it comes to cultural, because like I said, you have the Palace of Mafra, where you have a lot of cultural activities, and it's a gorgeous, huge monument. You have some theaters and museums, and a bit outside of Mafra, about 10 minutes drive from Mafra, you will have the Tapada de Mafra, which is a private hunting grounds that nowadays it's not as used as hunting grounds, it's mostly used as a reserve green area. And this is huge. It will take you a whole day to explore it and probably won't be enough. It still has organized hunting events, but they are very small and only to take down very specific animals. But it is a reserve area where you will have deer and boars, and you have organized trails, you have organized treks, and also guided tours there. And you can also go there for a picnic and so on, but basically you can see it as a huge private forest park. So central Mafra is mostly built around the palace, and you have relatively lower buildings, but the palace is also built on a high area, so then it goes down, and on these lower sides you have these bigger apartment buildings, and a lot of it is developing. Even towards the Tapada side you have a lot of new developing happening, and you can see that Mafra definitely grew in popularity over the last few years. I would say it grew a lot in the last 10 years. And this is, of course, highly fueled by the increase of prices in Lisbon. And it is very interesting to compare the two and understand what you can get in Lisbon and what you can get in Mafra. So I'm going to start by telling you how the Mafra property market is currently looking like. So in Mafra, you currently have mostly residential and long-term living. So apartments are big and you don't have a lot of small units like T0s or T1s. Most of the market is dominated by 2 and 3 bedroom units. And you also have a lot of 3 and 4 bedroom houses. So the type of units available is already oriented towards a more family and comfortable market rather than the small living market that you find due to the increased demand in Lisbon. So the Mafra, it becomes very popular as a location for people that want more space but still proximity to Lisbon. So when it comes to Mafra, you are currently looking at an average price per square meter of 3,200 euros on apartments. I use data from Casa Fada, which is a private MLS system that only agents, people with real estate licenses have access to, and I have access to. And I'm using the data here for 2025, from the whole year of 2025. So we have an average of 3,200 euros per square meter on apartments, and an average listing, because Casa Fada is listing. The only way you can get data from actual transactions is INE, and it doesn't go very specifically into small municipalities. So the average listing on Casa Fada is 420,000 euros for apartments. And like I said, the most common apartments are 2 bedrooms and 3 bedrooms here. And then when it comes to villas, you have 2,800 euros per square meter and 630,000 average listing price. This is very interesting because it basically tells you that although the price for houses is lower per square meter, the average transaction is a lot higher because most of the houses are bigger than the apartments. So that is also complying with the fact that Mafra is more oriented towards big and comfortable properties. So in Mafra versus Lisbon, like I was saying, it's very interesting to compare the two and understand why people are going to the outskirts of Lisbon. Because like I said, it's just a 30 to 40 minutes drive to get from Mafra to Lisbon. You have very easy accesses. The highways are not paid. You may have tolls and radars. You just need to be comfortable with those. But in Lisbon, you are currently looking, once again, 2025 data, 6,000 to 6,200 euros per square meter, market average, 720,000 to 750,000 average listing price, mostly 1 and 2 bedrooms available on the market. So a lot lower, a lot higher than Mafra, in which apartments are basically half price, so 3,200 euros. And although the average listing is not exactly house price, is a bit higher, so for 420,000, it just indicates that, once again, the apartments are bigger. So basically you can get double the price per square meter, or half, depending on where you're looking. If you go to Mafra instead of Lisbon, basically you get double your buck for square meter. And when it comes to villas, you have a very similar price per square meter in Lisbon, so 6,200 to 6,500 euros per square meter, a 2 to 2.2 million average listing, very, very limited stock. It's very, very hard to find villas in Lisbon, while in Mafra, once again, 2,800 euros per square meter, 630,000 euros per average listing. So you can see that family houses are widely available. You have a lot more availability when it comes to villas. There are specific villa areas in Mafra, some in the downtown and some a bit further out. But overall, Mafra is designed for more comfortable, more space, family living. And it can be just the right place to do that with access to Lisbon. So here, as you can see, a family house in Lisbon is now a multi-million-dollar or euro purchase, while in Mafra it's still affordable, and you can definitely get more than double your buck for money. So when looking at villas, we are talking at 6,000 range in Lisbon and 2,800 in Mafra, so literally less than half the price in a 30-40 minutes distance. So this is definitely a very strong point for Mafra. So I do believe this more or less covers the information about Mafra. I just wanted to give you a bit more information about Ericeira, because like I said, Ericeira is the coastal part and still within the municipality of Mafra. It just takes you about 10 minutes drive to get from Ericeira to Ericeira from the center of Mafra. And Ericeira is what I would call a very, oh God, I forgot the name. It's basically a very trendy location, very popular, kind of hipster surfing location, where you have a lot of trendy shops. It's very focused on surf. It's considered a World Surf Reserve. It's a lot more touristic, and prices are also a lot higher than in Mafra, but you can see they are extremely close to each other. So if you live in Mafra, you just take a 10-15 minutes drive, go to Ericeira, go to a nice coffee shop with beautiful sea views, enjoy the sea, enjoy surfing. So you really do get everything you need in Mafra and still get the proximity to Lisbon at half price. If you find all of this interesting and are interested in looking at the property in Mafra, feel free to reach out to us. You can book a free clarification call with us directly on our website, www.savvycatrealty.com. We work again with both purchases and rentals, and if you want to reach out to us directly, you can always find us at contact@savvycatrealty.com. I hope that this video was useful, and we are here every week with new information about Portugal, locations in Portugal, culture, political updates, market statistics, and if you find all of that information useful, do subscribe to our channel. And we also make a lot of this information available in our blog post in our website. So once again, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope the information was useful, and hopefully see you all next week. Bye!